when the fruit is damaged. I don't think I've had a crop like this.
Bruce Johnson owns Buena Vista Orchards, roughly 800 cherry trees on 5 acres off Highway 35.
And cherries, when they're just on the verge of being ripe, having a lot of rain is not a good situation.
Johnson says heavy rains paired with high winds and even hail completely damaged his orchard to the point of making his cherries unpickable for market.
The trees and the branches, just because they're weighted down cherries, are just whipping up and down like this. And you can imagine the cherries rubbing against each other, and the branches, they got bruised.
Bruised, split, and mold are words cherry growers don't like to hear.
That's just sugar water, and that's gonna mold.
Johnson is part of the Flathead Lake Cherry Growers Cooperative on Finley Point, which is operated by Munson Fruit Company and ships cherries from more than 80 flathead orchards all over the country.
Because they can split even after they're picked if they're full of rainwater.
Munson Fruit Company Field Representative Brian Campbell says more than 1 million pounds of damaged cherries will be left on trees.
The problem is when you're processing fruit and you have to have a box of fruit that is 100% perfect cherries, that gets to be an issue when 30% of them might be hurt.
Campbell says cherry market demand and the size of fruit are also major factors in this year's crop.
Small fruit's the first thing to go out of the market. At this point, we're hoping that we can still get a good 1 million pounds picked and sold.
Campbell says there's different ways to support cherry growers, like stopping by a U-Pick orchard or buying fruit from cherry stands along Highway 35.
Still plenty of good fruit.
He says the Flathead Lake cherry business is becoming harder to predict each summer.
It's kind of like the weather. I don't know what normal is anymore. We've had really 4 bad years in a row. So we were due for a good one, and we thought this would be a good one.
In Polson, Sean Wells, NTA News.